What is going on, everybody? Nasdorachi coming back at you again today with another video, but we're doing something completely different today. What we're going to be doing instead of Dragon Ball Legends is going to be covering another game I've been enjoying recently, League of Legends. I'm sure most all of you are familiar with it. Not really expecting this video to do too amazingly well, but I started up the TeamFight Tactics yesterday, which just entered its very first ranked season. I found an extremely good team build and strategy to get almost guaranteed wins / top placements, and I wanted to share that with the wider internet. Again, whoever watches this, I appreciate you checking it out, but this is definitely something that's outside the norm for me. I'm trying to expand into more variety content, and I know that unless I catch an algorithm, it probably won't do amazingly well. But anyway, you guys, League of Legends just experienced its reset, I guess, yesterday, and with that, they did again bring the brand new ranked Teamfight Tactics mode. So what are we talking about today? It's going to be more like specifically a team build. I'm going to go over some pre-recorded gameplay footage of the perfect build that I got and what I'm going to try and impart onto you guys. And some of you already may know all this information, but I found this team to be exceptionally good and consistently pulling out top finishes in the game, if not first place. So again, I'm going to share that information with you guys. So let's jump into the actual gameplay here. And again, what we're covering is going to be a really nice mage-based team build. So we'll see you guys in 1 second. Let me bring that up for you. Alright, you guys, so I did start recording this video as soon as I saw that my team build was coming together with the guide that I kind of wanted to build for y'all to check out. So excuse the fact that it's not from the very beginning, however, that will save us some time in analyzing it here. So just the backstory of what we're trying to get across here, you guys. This is a mage's build. As you can see on the left side of the screen, really the only thing that we're worried about getting synergy for is mage team itself. We don't really care about any of the other elements or anything like that. Of course, Ocean generally does come with mages because you will get what the Syndra and Vladimir pair here, and they'll always give you that 2 Ocean synergy, which is actually quite helpful in and of itself. So we are building Vlad, Syndra, Talia, and then we have LeBlanc and Vigar here by level 6 here, as we're kind of, you know, through the very early stages of the game, kind of into the mid game here. And then the crux of this entire team build, I mean, it can be done without this method, but this is the real deal sealer when it comes to mages here. As you might already be able to tell, I only have 5 mages on the field, but we have a 2-star Annie, or just an Annie in general, wearing the Mage's Cap. Now, the Mage's Cap is going to be a combination of the spatula that you see down here in the corner and a tear. So the mana tear, tear of the goddess, whatever you want to call it, that's what you're going to combine to create a Mage's Cap. Now, the Mage synergy here, what it does at 3 units of synergy is gives a 50% chance for all of your mages to double cast their ability. Now, when you get that to 6 mages, that upgrades to a 100% chance to double cast. So, not only is Viegar going to be just throwing out nukes left and right with his double casting, but Annie here, reincorporated into the team as a mage, produces some extremely effective and desirable results with her double casting Tibbers, guaranteed every time that she comes out to cast Tibbers. So you'll always have 2 Tibbers, essentially making my level 6 team a level 8 team, and by the time we get to level 8, we'll have 10 characters on the field. So essentially with summons, we'll have a 10 character team by the end of this particular game. So I'm going to go ahead and hit play here so it's not just froze framed for you guys anymore. But that's what I'm kind of showing off right here. Is we've got the Annie with the Mage's Cap. Vlad, of course, does great with the Guardian Angel. And then you're just going to want to throw like Rabadon's Death Cap, or any ability power items that you can get on Vigar. The best one, honestly, besides Rabadon's Death Cap, is going to be the Seraph's Embrace, which is double tier, so that he can just come straight out the gate, double nuking, and he comes out, throws 2 Tibbers, and we will overwhelmingly dominate the battlefield here. Now, there's still a couple of fights that we're going to lose to good other team comps, but just rearrange the units, and I mean, you'll see for yourself. I'll guide you guys through it here. So again, showing off the Annie with the Mage's Cap there, and the Vlad with the Guardian Angel. Those are 2 very powerful units that you can add to this team here. And again, just having Annie as a mage with that 6-star mage buff really does everything. So again, we've got our units kind of set up in just kind of a generic structure for now. Boosting the health, I believe, of the Vlad and the Annie at the moment. And you will see here that he interrupted my first cast there, so we didn't get the 2 out, but now we have 3 Tibbers on the field because of that interrupted cast. So Annie getting the benefit of the mages here is just an insanely powerful feature. You can see I mouse over the 100% chance to double cast, and again, that just makes things just really difficult for the enemy to deal with. So at this point in the game, we have ecoed pretty well also. We're pretty much at a safe lead, so we're just kind of messing around, re-rolling just as needed, and trying to level up at the same time while still maintaining some solid eco. Because you kind of want, in my personal opinion, you kind of want to hyper spend and re-roll after the roulette wheel situations and after the AI boss battles. That's generally when I'll try and save my finances and try and find some stuff. So what are we up against? A light and ranger and inferno comp here. Of course, we get the double Tibbers out, and you see Vigar double throwing nukes everywhere. He just got to 2 stars, so that's going to be doing a good bit of damage, but doesn't really have any significant items on him yet. But you can see there, we made quick work of Solomarn here. I actually should probably lower the volume on this video also, because there's going to be some background talking. So in this exchange on this little carousel here, I really only need the mana tier, but I don't believe that I actually come out with one. So yeah, we're going for the mana tier. Solomarn, my buddy, of course, I told him I wanted the mana tier, so the first thing he did was snatch it up from me. But that's really what I needed. If I had the mana tier, I would have had another spatula, and I could create another non-mage mage. But since that wasn't the case, just take the Ash, and we're gonna eco her away because we don't really need her. All right, back on the battlefield here. We're saving some of our finances here, but we're looking for the 3-star Vlad. We're looking for the any other mage to get on the table there. I bought Annie, knowingly that I probably wouldn't get her to, you know, gold tier, but kind of just to bogart her so nobody else could get her. Then I went for the Nasus, quickly realized that wasn't good enough, and re-rolled it for the Singed. Now, Singed is actually an amazing add-on to this team here. And of course, just throwing some defense on him there so he'll live a little bit longer. So again, we've got Vigar and Annie doing most of the work here. He actually killed, that Yasuo killed my Annie as she was casting. So I only got 1 Tibbers out there. That's not because the passives failed or didn't go off or anything. It's literally because the Yasuo killed her in the middle of her casting. But the rest of the team was still able to pull us through to victory there. So now at this point, again, we're really just fishing for that 3rd Talia to get her to 3 stars. And then we're looking for another set of Vlads, 2 more Vlads to get him up. And then ideally, we'll be picking up a Brand as well, which we actually get lucky. We do find him. We get to add him to the roster also. And that would pretty much be our completed team build at level 8, you guys. Now, we don't really get a chance to push it to level 9 in this particular game, but you could just be adding all types of stuff from there when you get even that extra unit. So this team is actually one of the ones that I think takes me out. I'm not sure. I don't remember, you guys. This was last night when I recorded this. On that first day of the new reset for TFT here. Alright, so no, I didn't lose that one. It must be the next one. Tibbers and Singed and Vigar just make just such a dominating offensive line. And then you have, of course, Vlad bringing up some really good defense here. Everyone else just kind of serves a nice little utilitarian or extra damage role. The LeBlanc is actually not terrible for doing tons of damage either. So we were able to pick up the Brand, but we do need another level on deck before we can throw them out there. Because we're on a minion wave here, I'm not too interested in pumping my finances into my EXP bar until after this round. So we can get a little bit extra eco here, winning this one by holding on to our finances there. Again, not really looking for any items in particular either, except for stuff now at this point that we can throw on Vigar to up his damage output. So we got the double Tibbers strategy just really tearing people up. So, I mean, this is of course, again, a minions level, but that strategy is just so powerful, you guys. I cannot recommend this build enough. As you can see on the right side of the screen, pretty much in first place throughout the majority of the entire game running this build here. So now at this point, we're looking for more brands, and we're looking for Talia and LeBlanc. That is our main strategy here, to flesh out those characters the best we can, because realistically, getting the gold versions of the blue tier and up, the 3 tier up, 3 cost and up, if you will, characters, it is possible, but it's you know, it's a little bit less reliable to bank on that. So here, what am I fighting here? Is this the guy with the Kazakhs? No. We got our double Tibbers out, and this game is going well here, or this round rather. Yeah, LeBlanc's not going to be able to stand up to 2 Tibbers and a Vlad. It's just not. So look at her damage too. Annie doing almost 4 times the amount of damage of anybody else on this team. Almost 4,000 damage in 1 turn due to those dual Tibbers. Now, people, you know, were running 2 Annies on the same field, but of course, as you guys know, you do not get the added synergy bonus to your team build for running 2 identical units. So using 1 Annie to cast 2 Tibbers is, of course, better than having 2 Annies to cast 2 Tibbers. So again, we're looking for more Vlads here, more Talias, and more brands, as well as more Singed. We are late in the game, but there's a lot of things we're trying to build on this team here still. Alright, I know some of these people get a couple of wins off on me, but I'm not sure. I think the first one is the guy with Kazakhs on his team. Oh no, this guy right here is actually running the dual Tibbers strategy as well with the mages. Now that's the first time I've actually come across somebody else running the strategy. I have no idea if anyone else has actually made content or a guide or anything on building out this team, but we're doing it here, you guys. Didn't bother to check first. Just, it performed so well. I know this is outside of my normal range of content, but yeah, we actually lost that round because we ran out of time. Even though Vlad was resurrecting, the game was just like, nah, we'll cut it short here. So Vlad was just getting his Guardian Angel off, and it ended that round on us. But again, what I was saying before, just this team was so good that I wanted to put a video out on it. So we did pump up to level 8, so we could get that brand on the field. Picked up the Syndra just in case, and I believe we're trying to get rid of Annie here soon because we really don't need to hold on to her any longer. Again, I was just kind of bogarting her so nobody else could get her. Again, getting the 4 tier units up, 4 cost units to 3 stars or gold tier, very, very difficult. So we just added Brand to the field here. I think this match goes well. And we also added the Zephyr to, who did we add it to? Brand, I believe, or we added it to Singed. I think we added it to Singed to give him just a little bit more defense as well. Since we have 2 Tibbers, which is boosting our team up to 10 members now, the Zephyr at the beginning of the match will then take away the enemy teammate for like 5 or 6 seconds, so you get even that much more advantage over the team there. The Zephyr was definitely a good choice for getting, you know, early match dominance over a lot of other players. So what am I going for? Here I'm going for the second Singed, because we really need that other Singe to get him to 2 stars, and then he is just a tank and a beast in and of himself as well. So looking for the Singed here. Nobody else ends up picking him up, I do believe, so we are able to come out with that, which is extremely helpful for our end game plans here of getting, you know, every character silver or higher with as many 3 stars as we possibly can. We'll come out with 2 3 stars at the end of this one. I call the gold tier units 3 stars, you guys, because I played a lot of Dota Underlords before I started playing this. Alright, we're going to pass on the Lux, but we definitely want that LeBlanc. Oh yeah, we do get, I think, LeBlanc to 3 as well here by the end. There's our Vlad, so we need 1 more Vlad after this. Don't want to ditch the LeBlanc. Syndra's a little bit further behind here in terms of development, so I sell her. And now, since I'm not really ecoing anymore, I'm just kind of looking to fill out my team at this point. There's our brand that we needed. So we had to sell... Oh no, we had to sell the LeBlancs there to get brand. It was worth it in the end. Didn't want to get rid of anybody else because we have 2 other units that are extremely close to 3 or gold tier, and then we have the 2 Singed and the 2 brands that we definitely need. So yeah, this is the guy with the Kazakhs with that insane Bloodthirster and double Seraph's Embrace. That Kazakhs, only at tier 1, just destroys me here because of those items. If we'd gotten an early game targeting on him, we probably would have been okay here. But he just does his little disappeary stuff, and none of my AIs ended up targeting him. So he was able to take us down there. Again, can't win every single round. Sometimes people will do do some work on you here. So, thinking about Syndra again, don't end up going for her because it's a little bit too far behind. Of course, then it shows me another one. What the heck this game likes to do. And there we pick up our 3-star Vlad. Very, very important to get him as tanky and sustainably dominant as we possibly can. And then we pick up our brand there as well. So we're doing quite well at this point. We just need to get one more Talia and we get her up. Actually, I don't think I get the LeBlanc to gold tier in this game. I don't remember, honestly, you guys. So you can see there the Zephyr in action, lifting up that Braum, off the field, which removes his early game tanking potential. So I'm able to just wipe the floor. Doesn't matter how many 3-stars this guy has. It was like 3 stars, 4 3 stars there, or gold tiers. He had a lot of them, you guys. But lifting that Braum up in the beginning, having the double-shotting Vigar and the double-summoning Annie just really is extremely tough to deal with, you guys, even for super defensive characters, like you can see. Yes, we did put the Zephyr on Singed there. Now we're checking out other options here. This dragon is wearing the Spark. Does true damage every time an enemy casts an ability. So, not something that's super useful for my team in general, but I end up throwing it on Brand just to give him some extra stats. And again, just kind of contemplating item choices here. And there's our 3-star Talia. So we got 2 3-stars or 2 gold tiers at this point. We just need to get that Singed, and we should be gravy. We know I didn't really save up or eco any EXP for getting to level 9, but it wasn't really necessary for this game, you guys. You can see there, it's always fun when you fight the dragon with Zephyr because you have no choice but to Zephyr the dragon in the beginning there. Alright, so we take the gold. We take the Spark. Ionic Spark. I forgot that first word there. Yeah, it is comprised of a needlessly large rod, so it doesn't have a bad home on Brand there, just, you know, as a free pickup. Do a couple more rolls here, really looking for that Singed. I do believe we end up finding him here sooner or later. And that's really kind of all I'm buying for at this point. Everything else is pretty much where it needs to be, unless we get some lucky rolls and get more LeBlancs or something. Everybody else, LeBlanc and Cinder would be the 2 easiest next ones to get up, but well, this guy has 1, 2, 3, 4 gold tiers on the table here. With Warmogs, Thornmail, all types of great defensive stuff going on. I believe this guy actually does take me out as well. Yeah, he does. He gets me here. This guy's team is just really tanky, and my positioning on the board is actually in need of a little bit of a rework, but we have enough health where it's not too significant of an issue, and we picked up our Singe there. So at this point, our team pretty much is good to go. Repeating crossbow, again, not super useful for anyone on this particular team. We don't have really a single character on this team that's hitting with physical abilities. So the same thing with the BF sword. It's just not super useful. Or Bloodthirster, sorry. Yeah, BF sword, Bloodthirster. Not ultra useful. I do end up throwing it on Singe just for the extra magic resist that it gives off the Negatron cloak. Help him survive a little bit longer. But yeah, just kind of to get rid of it, add a little bit of extra stats. Not ideal on Singed, a Bloodthirster, for sure. Because he doesn't even swing at enemies, as you can see. He just runs around and spits out poison. Alright, so again, how many 3-stars do we have on that team? 3, 4? A lot. A lot of 3-star units on that team. Alright, the double nuke there coming in handy. But I do believe Braum gets us here. Yes, he does. That tankiness is hard to top there, but we still haven't repositioned our army here. I think we go in for the repositioning here, you guys, and this should be the final round where we do take the victory. So I know I'm fighting the same guy again. If I didn't win that one time, why not reposition things and see how it goes? Kill enemies in a different order, proc who's getting attacked in a different order, and just kind of switch things up real quick. I know I've been in plenty of games where I was holding first, and then the guy in second came back and had an unbeatable army and ended up taking it back from me. But this game, we really wanted to hold on to it with this build for this video, you guys. Again, he looks like he kind of rearranged some stuff too. But we got the double Tibbers out. We got a really strong back corner that he's having trouble breaking into. And then LeBlanc over there just kind of distracting some of his defense units. And the double Tibbers and the Singed ends up being a little bit too much for him to handle there, you guys. And again, we end up taking the victory here, the first place spot. So I just kind of wanted to show you guys this team build. It's a really, really good build. It helps out a whole lot for fighting against most other builds. There's not really any build that just direct counters the all mage build, because you have so much just magic damage spam coming out that you got, you know, tons of damage, tons of crowd control as well. There's CC out the booty hole in that team. And again, you can build it without the Annie on there, but she really helps seal the deal. If you get that spatula in the Goddess tier early game, go for this build. Just hold on to them to give them to Annie, and you'll see some really good results, you guys. That's pretty much all I had to talk about in this video here, you guys. I wanted to pass that team build information on to you guys and just show you how the rest of that game played out, how we secured a victory here. I think I'm almost out of bronze 1 now, but I haven't really played a whole lot today, you guys. My day is just starting. Wanted to get this information along to you guys. If you enjoyed the video, consider leaving it a thumbs up. I know I don't really do a whole lot of League of Legends content on this channel, actually none yet. This will be my first video covering anything like this, so I know it probably won't do that well. But again, if you did enjoy it, consider leaving a thumbs up on it. Helps spread it out. If you enjoy this content, or maybe some variety content, some Dragon Ball Legends stuff as well, consider subscribing if you're new here. I'd love to see you again on future videos. We definitely have a lot of cool Black Friday stuff up and coming for Dragon Ball Legends, so I'll definitely be discussing that too. Hopefully, if they decide to actually release something, which they couldn't not do that. But anyone who's here for League of Legends probably doesn't care for that. Anyone who's here for Legends probably doesn't care about this. So I will just leave you guys with, I hope that your week finishes out super amazingly well, and I'll be seeing you again soon for some type of video, no matter what. Peace out, y'all. Have a great day.